What is TWC 347, you ask? TWC 347 is a class I recently took. It is called Written Communication for Managers. By definition from the syllabus, the class introduces strategies, formats, and techniques of presenting information to businesses and other workplace audiences with an emphasis on professional writing situations and how to properly identify and address audiences with appropriate discourse, language, and tone. I'm going to give you a quick overview now. Today we'll be covering the following topics: branding, memos, correspondence, podcasting, proposals, and then finally we will conclude it. I will be sharing with you what I learned, the key elements, and tips for success in each of these categories. First up is branding. Branding is considered to be the bread and butter of a business. The first step is naming the business. This is crucial as it will be your brand identifier and will affect the marketability and image to your customers and potential clients. It is important to remember when creating a logo to make sure it is visibly pleasing in regards to color and design and keeping it simple, making it easy to look at. This is what your company is going to be remembered by and be the visual aid to back it up. It is also important to consider when making a logo that the logo in some way describes what your product or service is, making it easily identifiable by the customer. The brand and the logo can pretty much make or break your business. The next assignment that we covered and learned how to do was to write a memo. A memo is a very important way to communicate company news and ensure everyone is aware of ongoing changes or new policies that are being implemented. For this class, we were tasked to conduct research on 3D printing, utilizing both primary and secondary sources of research. Some things that I was able to learn and become familiar with while conducting my research were innovative applications of 3D printing, how much it would cost, and ways that we can implement them into the company. A challenge I was faced with was figuring out what information was necessary to communicate in my memo to share the vision that I had for 3D printing in my company. I decided that it was necessary for my employees to know the background and capabilities of 3D printing, the vision I had for it in my company, what timeline they had in order to meet my expectations, and where I saw the company going in the future with this technology. Overall, I have found that a memo is an effective and efficient way to establish all-hands communication in a timely manner. Although face-to-face communication is my preferred method of communication, any business owner or executive must possess highly effective written communication skills. In this next lesson, we were tasked with writing a correspondence letter to a company. This is something that we can deal with in our daily lives. We were tasked to write a professional claim letter to a company that we had recently had a bad experience with in regards to a product or service. Through my research and written correspondence, I found that it was important to include the following elements when writing my claim letter. It was important to include the background of my situation and specific details, as well as my contact information, present the issue that I was having in a clear and concise manner, and how it adversely affected me. In addition, it was important for me to propose a resolution that I would find satisfactory. Some effective tips to remember when conducting professional business writing are: keep in mind who your audience is, maintain a professional tone at all times, be clear and concise, and keep things simple, and use proper language and grammar. For certain scenarios, it is essential to use strong language to communicate the gravity of the situation. Podcasting is an alternative method of communication which can be more personal because it takes on a conversational tone. This is a new form of communication for me, as it is the first time I've experienced it in this class. First and foremost, it was important for me to conduct my own research to familiarize myself with podcasting, what it is, and what tools are out there to assist me in being successful being a first-time podcaster. As the CEO of EasyStick, I was going to use the podcasting tool to my advantage in order to announce 3D printing being implemented into my company and to announce the sales goals and future projected goals to the company. I was able to utilize my smartphone technology to record my podcast and upload it to the company network for all employees to listen to. I also was tasked to create a podcast transcript so that there would be a text version of what was said on the podcast. Overall, I felt as the podcasting medium established a stronger connection between employees and their leadership and gave me an avenue to communicate directly to every employee at all levels. While studying the benefits of being able to write a business proposal, I have found that you need to be able to effectively convey a persuasive message in doing so. For this course, the scenario presented was that the Arizona Department of Commerce was offering a chance to win a $15,000 grant for business communication training. It was my job to represent my company and submit a written proposal. I found it extremely important to provide a background on my company, to identify my company's needs, identify benefits both internally and externally, what successes it will help the company achieve, and how we could reach out into the business community to extend those to others as well. Create a concept of operations of how I envision the training seminar to go, as well as to create a training plan with specific guidance and programs of instruction that will be utilized to achieve our training goals, as well as to create a budget identifying how we're going to use the $15,000 wisely to help subsidize the cost to create an effective training session for the company. The syllabus for TWC 347 suggests that by the end of the course, these are the outcomes I should have achieved. First, to compose a variety of business genres using appropriate formatting and organization, to compose in a tone and style that is clear, concise, and complete, appropriate for audience and purpose, composing using style and design, including text and visuals appropriate for audience and purpose, find, summarize, analyze, and use information from appropriate primary and secondary sources to accomplish a purpose, to understand and apply ethical use of information with proper APA documentation, copyright and intellectual property ownership of information, privacy, etc., and the ability to proofread, edit, and revise to ensure correct use of syntax, grammar, spelling, and punctuation. I feel now that at the end of this course that I am highly proficient in each of these areas and feel as if I am equipped with the necessary tools to succeed in my own business venture, as well as to be able to coach and mentor others in a leadership capacity. I feel as if I am able to steer others on the right track and guide them to appropriate resources in order to fine-tune the written communication skills as a business professional. Barring any questions, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day.